Okay, morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on the 1st of April. I'm not going to do an April Fool's joke. It'll just be a straightforward briefing of what I think we're going to get today. Okay, so you can see this cold front here has been lurking over Scotland for a day or so and now is slowly creeping its way south. And it's sort of a battle between the air coming up from the south, the warmer air, and the colder air coming down from the north. The front itself, this is midnight, as we progress on a further 12 hours, does move slowly south. And I've looked at the other satellite pics and the rainfall radar, and it's not really moving very far at all at the moment. But what it will do is die out. And it really is almost just by midday or early afternoon, just a cloud feature. There is some rain on it at the moment, just sort of skirting across the Midlands, really, into Essex area. I think that'll dry out. There won't be anything on that. We're still, in theory, in this southerly airflow, but actually it's swinging more easterly and northeasterly, and we're going to start to feel the temperature change as well. So the upper winds today look to the south of us to be fairly fresh. It says here 30 knots-ish at flying heights through the channel. To the north of us, 20 knots, and east northeasterly. I think that's going to be fairly constant over us. I would say 20-25 knots at flying heights today. A lot lighter on the ground. Most of the predicted data and the METARs and TAFs are currently showing between 8 and 10 knots northeasterly. So cold direction, an interesting direction because it's coming over the trees at Lasham, and when we launch, it's probably going to be a little bit bumpy. So Farnborough forecast between 7 and 4 o'clock this afternoon, 0309 knots, 10k vis, few at 1200 feet. Well, the vis is going to sort of slowly improve today, because you see further on down the forecast it says 4,000 meters haze, which is probably what we've got now, broken at 700 feet. Well, Farnborough's a couple of hundred feet lower than us, so we're looking at cloud base at the moment of about 200 to 300 feet out the window, but getting better, breaking up as the day goes on. And I think it actually will be a nice late morning, early afternoon. Sat pic shows this frontal system here, and say in the last 2 or 3 hours, it hasn't really moved. And both the visual and the infrared show it's beginning to break up. So I think it'll just slowly dissipate. The rain will disappear and we won't see much of it, to be honest. We're obviously down here where it's a little bit clearer. Temperature wise, it's not going to be of the heady heights we've had over the last 2 days. I think especially with that northeasterly wind, it'll take the edge off the temperature. So they're sort of talking about 14-15 degrees here. I think it'll feel a little bit colder than that actually stood on the airfield today. Top Meteo is showing the similar sort of thing. This is probably a little bit further south than where they're showing it. This is the lowish cloud. They're showing it across the Midlands, and as you scroll through, that's 11 o'clock local, 12, 1 and 2. It all just disappears. There will be upper cloud, a little bit like there was on Tuesday, but should hopefully be a reasonably sunny afternoon for most of us in the south here. And they're actually saying that sometime early afternoon we should start to get some soaring. So 1 o'clock, possibly getting thermal activity 800 to 900 meters. So somewhere around 3,000 feet by mid-afternoon. They were a bit pessimistic on Tuesday, and it certainly was better than their forecast. Same perhaps yesterday. So, chance of some soaring this afternoon. Fresh northeasterly wind, I think, at flying heights. So be aware of being drifted off downwind. But should be a flyable day, folks. Airspace wise, not really a lot. Number 8 here is Southampton, and that's just notifying that their hours of operation are 11:30 till 18:15 local time. Number 13 is high intensity radio activity, Hertha activity at Boscombe Down. And number 15 is just notifying that the danger areas on Salisbury Plain, the crossing service won't be available over the weekend, but the danger areas look like they're still NOTAMed as active. So something to be aware of. Quite often at bank holiday weekends, especially at Easter, they normally deactivate them or lower them to 3,000 feet so people can actually go across them. But that's the only local airspace I know about. Jet movements, well, as of the email we got yesterday or the day before, there's possibly 3 jet movements today. The first one I think has been put back for the moment. I think it'll be about 11 o'clock. Just be aware they'll have the runway. We'll be operating grass north side. So when we get going, folks, I will see you out there. We're on 09 and obviously air retail only.